Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English podcast with Emily and Michael.
Hey guys, we're really happy you're here with us today.
I hope your day is going well so far.
And today, we're talking about something very real, very human, and honestly, very important.
Yes, today we're talking about friendship in adult life.
Which is such a good topic, because friendship feels easy when we are younger, but later, it becomes more complicated.
That's so true.
When people are children or teenagers, friendship often happens more naturally.
Yes, you see the same people every day. You go to school together. You live close to each other.
Exactly.
But adult life is different.
Very different.
People move. People work a lot. People get tired. People change.
And suddenly, friendship needs more intention.
That's such a good word for it.
Thank you.
I think adult friendship is beautiful, but it's not always easy.
I completely agree.
So maybe we should start with a simple question. What does friendship mean to you now as an adult?
For me, friendship means feeling comfortable, safe, and real with someone.
I love that.
I don't need 100 friends.
Same.
I just want real ones.
Yes. I think when I was younger, friendship sometimes meant having people around all the time.
That's true.
But now it means something deeper to me.
Like what?
Trust, peace, honesty. Being able to be fully myself, feeling understood without too much effort.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I think adult friendship becomes less about quantity and more about quality.
Definitely.
When you get older, time feels more valuable.
Yes, and energy feels more valuable too.
Exactly.
So the people you spend time with matter more.
That's really true.
I think one of the biggest changes in adult friendship is that life becomes fuller.
Yes. Work, stress, routines, partners, family, responsibilities, everything takes space.
And that means friendship has to live inside a much busier life.
Exactly.
Do you think it's harder to make friends as an adult?
Yes, definitely.
Same.
I don't think it's impossible.
No, not impossible.
But I do think it's harder.
I agree.
When you're younger, friendship can happen very fast.
Yes, you sit next to someone in class or talk to them for 2 days, and suddenly you're friends.
Exactly.
But in adult life, things are slower.
Much slower.
People are more careful.
Yes. And they already have routines, histories, habits, and maybe existing social circles.
That's a very good point.
I think adult friendship needs more patience.
Definitely.
It doesn't always begin with a big moment.
No. Sometimes it begins with many small moments.
That's such a good way to say it.
Thank you.
Like a few good conversations, a shared sense of humor, feeling comfortable, repeating contact over time.
Exactly. I also think adult friendship becomes harder because people are more tired.
That is so true.
Sometimes it's not that people don't care. They're just mentally full.
Yes. And I think that's important to remember.
Definitely.
In adult life, silence does not always mean rejection.
That's a really important point.
Sometimes silence just means someone is overwhelmed.
Yes. Or tired, or distracted, or trying to survive a heavy week.
Exactly.
I think one of the healthiest things in adult friendship is not taking every small distance personally.
Wow. Yes.
Because if you do, friendship becomes too fragile.
I completely agree.
I've learned that good adult friendship often includes more grace.
That's such a good word.
Thank you.
Grace matters so much.
Yes, the ability to say, okay, life is busy, but the connection is still here.
Exactly. Do you think adult friendship becomes more selective too?
Definitely.
Me too.
I think when people are younger, they often stay in friendships just because of proximity.
Yes, you're together all the time, so the friendship continues.
But as an adult, you start to ask different questions.
Like what?
Do I feel calm around this person? Do I feel respected? Do I feel drained after spending time with them, or more alive?
That's such a good distinction.
I think so too.
Because not every long friendship is still a healthy friendship.
Exactly.
And not every friendship needs to last forever in the same form.
That's a really mature point.
Thank you.
I used to think that if a friendship changed, something terrible had happened.
Really?
Yes. But now I think change is part of life.
I agree.
Some friendships stay very close.
Some become softer.
Some become occasional.
Some end.
And not every ending means failure.
Wow. That's very true.
Sometimes it just means people changed.
Exactly.
Or life moved in different directions.
Or the connection stopped feeling healthy.
Yes. I think adult life teaches you that relationships can be real and still not last in the same way forever.
That's such a good point.
Thank you.
Do you think it's hard to keep friendships strong in adult life?
Yes. Sometimes,
Why?
because good intentions are not always enough.
That makes sense.
You may care about someone deeply, but if no one creates time, the friendship can slowly become distant.
Yes, friendship needs care,
Exactly.
not dramatic care.
No, just real care.
A message, a call, a walk, a coffee. Remembering something important, asking how they are, making space.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I think one of the nicest things in friendship is when someone makes simple effort.
Definitely.
Not huge things, just small, real things.
Like what?
Sending a message after something important, remembering a difficult week, checking in, asking how a meeting went, remembering a birthday without needing social media to remind them.
That's so true.
Those things feel very warm.
I agree. I think adult friendship often lives in small, steady effort, not in dramatic emotional speeches.
That is such a good sentence.
Thank you.
It's true, though.
I think so too.
What do you value most in a friend now?
Calmness.
Interesting.
I mean emotional calmness. Someone I can feel safe with. Someone who is not playing games.
I love that.
I really don't want drama in friendship.
Same.
I want honesty, warmth, simplicity.
Yes. Simplicity is very underrated.
Very underrated.
For me, one of the most important things is emotional honesty.
What do you mean exactly?
I mean, I want friendships where people can be real,
Yes.
not perform all the time, not always pretend everything is perfect, not always be fine.
That's such a good point.
I think adult friendship becomes much more meaningful when people can be honest about how they actually feel.
Definitely.
Not in a heavy, dramatic way all the time,
No.
but in a human way.
Exactly.
Like saying, I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. I've been distant because life feels heavy. I care about you. I just have low energy right now.
Yes. That kind of honesty creates trust.
It really does.
I also think adult friendships become stronger when there is less ego.
That's very interesting.
I think when people are younger, there can be more pride, more testing, more waiting to see who texts first.
Yes. That strange emotional game.
Exactly.
I don't like that at all.
Me neither.
I think real friendship feels much simpler.
Yes. If I care, I can message you.
Exactly.
If I miss you, I can say it.
Yes,
If I've been distant, I can explain it honestly.
that's very healthy.
I think adult friendship gets better when people stop trying to look cool and start trying to be real.
Wow, that's so true. Do you think social media changes friendship too?
Definitely.
In what way?
I think it creates an illusion of closeness sometimes.
Yes, that's a very important point.
You see someone's stories, photos, little updates, and you feel like you know what's happening in their life.
But that is not the same as real connection.
Exactly.
Watching someone's life is not the same as being part of it.
That should be on a wall.
It really should.
I think social media can make people feel like they are keeping up with friendships, when actually, they are just observing.
Yes, and observation is not the same as care.
Exactly.
I think real friendship needs more than likes and reactions.
Definitely.
It needs time, attention, honesty, and effort. And presence. Yes, presence matters so much.
That's why I still think simple things like coffee, walks, or even just one real conversation matter more than many online interactions.
I agree completely. By the way, if you enjoy listening to Simple English with us, don't forget to subscribe to Easy English Podcast with Emily and Michael.
And if you think this episode can help a friend with English, feel free to share it with them.
We'd really appreciate that.
Okay, let's keep going.
Let's talk about making new friends as an adult.
Good topic.
Do you think adults often want new friends but don't know how to make them?
Yes, I really do.
Same.
I think many adults feel open to connection, but they don't know where friendship is supposed to begin now.
That's such a good point.
Because school is over, daily life is busier, people are more private, and many environments are more functional than social.
Exactly. I think one reason adult friendship feels harder is that people expect it to happen naturally, but adult life often requires more intention.
Yes, you may need to say yes to something. Start a conversation, message someone first, suggest meeting, things like that.
And that can feel vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
Because friendship is not only about whether you like someone.
It's also about whether the connection grows.
And that takes time.
Yes. I think people sometimes expect a strong friendship too quickly.
Definitely.
But adult friendship often grows slowly.
Through repeated small contact.
Exactly.
Shared spaces, shared experiences, shared honesty, shared time.
I think consistency matters more than intensity.
That's a beautiful sentence.
Thank you.
It's really true, though.
I think so too.
What do you think stops people from making new friends?
Fear, mostly.
Fear of what?
Fear of rejection, fear of awkwardness, fear of looking too eager, fear of not fitting in.
Yes, that's very real.
I think many adults are more socially careful than they were when they were younger.
Definitely.
And that makes sense. People have more history, more insecurity, more self-awareness, sometimes more pain too.
That's very true. I also think people are often too hard on themselves socially.
What do you mean?
I mean, one awkward moment happens and they think, okay, that's over. I ruined it. I'm weird.
That's so relatable.
But real connection is often slower and messier than that.
Exactly.
Not every conversation needs to be perfect.
Definitely not.
Sometimes friendship starts with one normal talk, then another normal talk, then a small shared laugh, then more comfort.
Yes, it grows quietly.
I love that.
Me too. Do you think adult friendship needs boundaries too?
Absolutely.
Same.
I think one sign of a healthy adult friendship is that both people can have boundaries and the friendship still feels safe.
That's such a strong point.
You can be tired. You can say no. You can take time. You can be honest. You can be busy. And the friendship doesn't break.
Exactly.
That kind of friendship feels mature.
Very mature.
I think younger friendships are sometimes more reactive.
Yes. More intensity, more understanding, more emotional speed.
Exactly.
But adult friendship can become calmer.
I like that word.
Me too.
Calm friendship feels beautiful to me.
Same. I want friendships that feel warm and easy, not unstable and heavy.
Yes. I don't want to feel like I'm emotionally managing a friendship all the time.
That's such a good point.
Friendship should not feel like constant work.
No. It needs effort, yes, but not emotional chaos.
Exactly.
Let's talk about one more thing.
That's an important one.
I think adult life can feel lonely sometimes, even when you know people.
Definitely.
And I think many people don't talk about that enough.
Yes. You can have contacts and still feel lonely.
Exactly.
I think loneliness is not always about having no people.
Right. Sometimes it's about not feeling deeply seen.
Yes. Or not feeling emotionally connected.
Or feeling like life is moving around you, but not really with you.
That's a beautiful way to say it.
Thank you.
I think adult friendship matters so much because it protects us from that kind of loneliness.
Definitely.
Real friendship reminds you that your inner life is shared somewhere.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's true, though.
I think so too.
So, if someone listening feels lonely in adult life, what would you say to them?
I would say first, don't shame yourself for that feeling.
That's a really good start.
Loneliness is human.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you failed.
Definitely not.
And I would also say don't wait for friendship to arrive in a perfect movie moment.
I like that.
Start small. Talk to people. Repeat contact. Suggest simple plans. Stay open. Let things grow slowly.
That's really good advice.
What would you say?
I would say value small friendship moments more.
What do you mean?
A short walk, a message, a coffee, a kind check-in, a real laugh. Those things matter.
Yes. Not every friendship moment has to be deep and dramatic to be meaningful.
Exactly.
I think that's such an important reminder.
Me too.
So what's one thing you want to remember about friendship right now?
That real friendship often grows quietly.
I love that.
What about you?
That good friendship feels like peace, not pressure.
That is such a perfect sentence for you.
I know.
And I completely agree.
So maybe the message of this episode is simple.
Friendship in adult life may be slower, but it can also be deeper.
Yes, and not every friendship needs constant contact to be real.
But real friendship does need attention, honesty, and care.
Exactly.
So, that was our conversation.